Gigantamax Toxtricity is going to be appearing this weekend in Pokémon Go, and in this video I'm going to be going over how to actually beat it. So based on the event in Japan, it looks like this can be done with about 4 players with fully powered up teams of Excadrill. Now when it comes down to the average group of players, I would recommend about 8 to 12 players with level 20 Excadrill and double ground type movesets. I would also recommend checking Niantic Campfire to see if there's going to be any groups around you meeting up. I know that some players out there are really hesitant to do anything other than GMAX, but honestly guys, like the other alternative here is to hatch a Toxel and then evolve it with 400 candy into Toxtricity, or you can just solo a Dynamax Toxtricity with your Excadrill and you're going to be good to go. Now obviously I wish everyone had the chance to get Gigantamax Toxtricity, but that's just not going to be the case, so you really have to strategize if you want to get your hands on this Pokemon and then also communicate with local players in your area. Anyways though, with that out of the way, let's talk about the best Pokemon to use against Gigantamax Toxtricity. So first of all, we have Excadrill, which is going to be the MVP for this event. You ideally want to have Mud Shot or Mud Slap as a fast move, plus Scorching Sands or Drill Run as a charge move. These are going to be available in max battles during the event and is going to be the most accessible Pokemon to obtain. The next Pokemon I want to go over is going to be Metagross with Zen Headbutt plus Psychic. This is mainly just for players who already powered up this Pokemon for previous Gigantamax battles or for even Dynamax battles. This is probably one of the best supporting Pokemon in the entire game for Dynamax raids because upgrading Max Guard and Max Spirit actually plays a critical role when most players are probably just going to be focused on attacking. Not to mention, Toxtricity is going to have a single type weakness against Psychic type moves, so it could also be used as an attacker as well. Now finally, the last Pokemon I'm going to recommend is going to be GMAX Gengar if you already have one. You don't need to worry about actually having Psychic as a charge move, just make sure to have Shadow Claw plus Shadow Ball. During the max phase of the battle, it's automatically going to use a Ghost type max move, which honestly isn't that big of a deal against Toxtricity. It doesn't have like any resistances against Ghost type moves, so it's going to do more damage because Gigantamax attackers actually have a higher base attack. When it comes down to regular Dynamax Pokemon, they're going to have a max attack power of 250, I'm assuming plus stab and all the other good stuff as well. But for Gigantamax attackers, they're going to have a higher base attack at 350. Now of course you can't upgrade this by about 100 if you go from level 1 all the way to level 3, but at the same time, like if you have Gigantamax Gengar and you already upgraded the max attack like I personally have, that's probably going to do a lot more damage against the raid boss compared to Dynamax Excadrill. So basically similar to Metagross, if you already have this Pokemon and it's already powered up and it was given the max upgrades, you should definitely use it during this raid boss. But overall for most players, I would just recommend going to 3 Excadrill. You don't have to power them up at all, just have enough numbers and you should be good to go. Now of course, with that being said, do you need to actually power up these Pokemon? So while it is recommended, I wouldn't go past level 30. Most of the damage increase comes from actually upgrading the max moves rather than the level of your Pokemon. So if you do have extra MP, it should be going there rather than actually spending your Stardust to power these things up. Once again, level 30 is a good baseline. Anything after that, you're kind of getting diminishing returns. Now finally, it is so important to communicate with your local players, guys. When you enter the max battle, you're going to be paired up in groups of 4 based on who joins first. So the best way to get into the right teams is going to be join in sections of 4, and then repeat that until everybody else is joined. Ideally, you do want to have your best trainers together all in like one lobby of 4, because they're going to carry the entire raid party, whereas basically anybody after that is going to be more of a supporting role. If their Pokemon get knocked out, they can just tap on the cheer button to actually help fill up the Dynamax meter even faster for those main group of players. This is going to be really important in terms of strategy. Now once everyone's Pokemon has fainted out though, the battle is going to end and you're going to get your 800 MP back, which means you just have to try again, but you won't actually lose your MP, which is kind of nice. Anyways, that pretty much covers everything I wanted to go over in regards to Gigantamax Toxtricity. Hopefully you guys are able to successfully beat it in your local communities, and if you want to fully prepare yourself for the Go Wild Area event this upcoming weekend, then check out these videos next.